Hey right guys, Truthmuch Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 5 of American Crime Story Season 2, I guess, or Versace Season 1, whatever you want to call it. Last episode was very good. We had kind of Cody Fern coming in like a powerhouse, and I really enjoyed the kind of story between that, and I'm assuming this episode will go kind of before episode 4, because I feel like the timeline is just kind of starting at the end and then working our way backwards, which is unique and I like it, so hopefully you can keep up that pacing very well as it has been doing the last 4 episodes. Because we've seen all the killings now, so I think at this point it's just going to focus more so on why he became the way he did, what happened in his life to make him become the way he was. So we shall hopefully find that out in the next few episodes. If you enjoy it, remember to leave a like. If you're new, remember to subscribe, and of course if you want the early and uncuts, then the link to the Patreon page will be down below. It should be around by the time this one's on YouTube actually. Patreon should have had the finale up, or they're just about to get to the finale, so a link to that will be down below. But for now, let's do this. June 1995. Oh, we're actually in Versace. Jesus.
The magazine has a modest circulation.
How can you decide this without consulting me?
It's not really your choice. What?
Okay, I'm consulting you.
Yeah, I don't get this logic where this guy doesn't actually love Versace and he's only doing it to be famous. Like, he very clearly does love him.
They're not ashamed.
This is not the same.
It's not the same.
Oh my god, she's
It's
annoying. I kind of get her point where it's like countries is illegal, so you're going to maybe put everyone who works there out of business because they won't take in your store or whatever. I kind of get a point, but
or with the world?
Versace wants to do it. How about we just chill? Is she still alive in real life, the real person?
Terry Ellis.
April 23rd, 1994, 4 days before Jeff Trial's murder? Right, okay. Kind of like before his first murder. Oh god, I hate needles in feet. I don't know why. I can do it in shows, still a bit air, but in feet it just... God darn, you got dirt on your bum, come on. Or has he just pooed himself? I can't actually tell. Oh shit, creepy.
My wife always says I ask too many questions. I made the decision, okay?
Right, well,
I offended you.
This conversation went south quick.
Why don't we leave it there?
I made the decision.
So they know each other already at this point. I don't know if they... I know they seem to know each other quite well in the last step.
Didn't think you were gonna show. I didn't think so.
At least we get Cody back.
I accidentally sent Jeff's dad a postcard. I put Stan Trail instead of Jeff Trail, and they don't know that he's gay, and I signed it love Dream. Kiss, kiss.
I wonder if they filmed this backwards or filmed it in order.
How was your day?
And then just edited it.
How was your day?
Backwards. I don't know.
Hey.
David Manson, you are the man that I want to spend the rest of my life with.
Oh, is that what this is?
Will you marry me?
No.
You've never made any mistakes in your life.
No.
Thought she was about to say apart from this one and then rub her tummy.
I'm more than a friend.
Right.
Wow, you got him that?
Just to show him how much he means to me. It's worth $10,000.
Wow.
I'm gonna just slip that one in there. You didn't need to know how much it was worth, but...
Right now, I'm building the sets for the Titanic movie
No,
in
you...
Mexico.
No, you're not.
David?
I'm building sets for the Titanic movie.
Dad! We can't get married. We can't.
Why do I feel bad for him? No joke, he's a murderer and a psychopath. It's because Darren Criss plays it so well. No wonder he won his bloody Emmy for it. Like, there's moments where you feel bad for him, but then you remind yourself what comes along. VHSs with the bomb. They used to come in like, the VHS tapes would be different coloured cases depending on the film. It was sick. Like Harry Potter was blue, Spider-Man was red, Pokemon was yellow. I loved it.
I don't think it should serve in the military.
Right, yeah. For the safety, okay. Because they're gonna shove their dick up you, aren't they, mate?
Yes, sir, they do.
I can't be arsed. Oh, is this maybe gonna show how him and Andrew met? Oh, what are you doing, you porn stash, mate? For fuck's sake, this is just pissing me off. Oh, don't go carving a tattoo off if you actually have one, mate. Woo!
These are about protecting our standards.
Oh yeah, protecting the standards. Oh, that's what it is. Oh yeah. God bless America. Of course it wasn't just America, but it's just... Oh, it's fucking... Oh. Here he is. I knew Andrew was going to crop up at some point.
rules require me to purchase you drinks for the rest of the evening, and no more
Jesus.
beer. Please, put your money away.
Fair enough, Andrew. He knows how to charm him. He's a charmer. I can't get over that line where it's like, the gay people scare you more than war. And they said, yeah, oh...
Come on, have a seat.
Oh, is this the video for the VHS?
Mr. Versace, I'm Brendan Lemon, for The Advocate.
I know they're both kind of having their own way, like, Versace's doing it with his face shown, and then he's cutting to Jeff kind of doing it, but his face being in the shadows, and they're making a whole, like, magazine about it. I'm assuming that's what they're doing, like a magazine.
That's the only way I can say.
So was this an actual tape, I'm assuming, as well? Of...
It's my life.
We have been together for 13 years.
Oh!
If that's
Oh,
okay,
look how
I'd like
happy
to
he is.
conduct the interview together.
Oh! I love that.
Absolutely.
It's so
It's the
sad,
end of my
like, cutting, like, the differences between them both.
But
Can you find actual footage of the... Assuming that tape is real, is there actual footage of that tape? I search for it on YouTube. April 27th, 1997, the day of Jeff Trail. Is it Trail or Trail? Yeah, Trail's murder.
You have never believed in anything except yourself.
This explains why he got mad
Didn't I?
at the guy earlier.
Didn't.
Everything you gave me.
I just thought...
Bars,
Like at the time I was
meals,
like, oh, that's a bit
it
odd,
means
but like,
nothing.
it explains
I
so
want
much
my
now.
life back.
I loved you so.
No one wants your love.
Jesus. Oh, dude.
Tonight.
Is tonight that night? Yeah, but I think it is. Oh, they're gonna end it maybe where it starts off. It's quite sad to think, but in a way, his story has been told based off what happened to him.
I needed to borrow it because
Yeah, I
David
don't know his last
Stalker's
name,
back in
Jeff.
town and I needed to borrow it to protect him.
Are you out of your mind? Do you
Jeff,
have
I
a
meant like I don't
license?
know his last name.
I'll get it off
Oh
you.
God,
But I'm done with you.
this is
Done.
This still doesn't really explain what pushed Andrew to be this way. There's going to be more in episodes, what, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Part of me is like, I'm like, don't go up, but we know he does. We know he does. It's just like at this time I was just like, who's Jeff? And now I'm like, Jeff, please don't. Jeff, turn around. This is it. Yeah, we know it happens. It's just one of those things. It's...
Hey, it's Jeff. I can't make it to the phone, so please leave a message after the beep.
Ah, dude,
Hey, Jeff,
you care so much more now.
gone into labor. We're heading into the hospital. We'll see you there.
Oh, really? Is that what actually happened? Like the night he died, his sister went into labour?
We love you. See you soon. Bye-bye.
End there. End on that shot, please. It's a perfect shot to end on. Yeah. Ah, dude. That's so sad. That's like the saddest episode, I feel, just because you saw so much about his character throughout that episode, and we knew where it ended. We knew where his story ended. And for him, it wasn't really in a happy place. Like, he wasn't happy when he died. It's just sad. Yeah, that was the best episode of the entire show so far. Honestly, that was... I don't think I have a single flaw with that, actually. It's just a sad episode. It's a sad... Like, every person he killed is obviously sad, but I felt like this one hit the most at the moment because we just had this story about how he was hiding who he was, and we didn't see his entire life. We only saw like one part of it when he was part of the military or the navy or whatever. So we didn't get like his entire life story or anything like that. But we didn't need to. We just got, you know, the part that mattered, and obviously how we met Andrew as well. I loved the kind of cross editing they were doing with Versace as well, like his. I'm glad we had a bit of Versace in this episode because I felt like obviously we didn't have him in the last couple of episodes, so it's nice to actually have him in this episode. Even though it wasn't in it much, he's probably in it for about 10 minutes overall. I think it was needed, and him kind of telling, not a newspaper, a magazine, I guess. I don't really know if it's just like a magazine interview or what. Basically him telling the world that he is gay, and always forget the guy's name, but the guy that he's with, kind of getting him in it as well, and because obviously he was saying that he's just been seen as Versace's assistant for 13 years, like no one really suspects anything. So for Versace to them, just like, this is my partner and has been for 13 years. I love those two. I love them too. Especially the guy who I don't know the name of. Like, I really like his character, but I always forget his name. Oh, I feel like it's on scene. I'm going to check actually. But yeah, I loved the Versace side of things, and then going back to Jeff. Obviously we had the first part of the episode, which was kind of him and Cody Fern's character just talking about Andrew, and obviously you knew something had happened, and even the scene where he shouted at the other ex-Navy guy, at the time it didn't really, I was like, why is he shouting? That seems a bit odd. But then when you obviously learn his story, it makes so much sense thinking back to that scene, why he did kind of rage out, I guess you could say. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, the first part of it, but when it cut to him like 2 years prior to his death, I was a bit unsure at the start. Like I think I said when it did do the 2 years before, I was like, well, what's the point in this? Where's this really going? But then he gave so much more to his character and what he kind of went through. And even him saying like the bravest thing he'd ever done, he had dreams of like him not doing it because it just basically ruined his life in a way. Antonio, that's it. Yeah, I really like Antonio. He's really cool. Still not a fan of Donatella, to be honest, but Antonio I really like. And yeah, and then just as I said, knowing the entire episode, kind of where it ends, and I think that's the unique. I'm not saying this is the only show that's done it, but that is the unique way of how this show's kind of structured. Is you know how it ends already. You know everything that happens. You know Versace's going to die. You knew Jeff was going to die. Cody Fernie, you even know he's going to die, and you're learning about the characters in a backwards way, like kind of throughout the episode, even though you've seen their death at the start. You know what I mean? I think that's such a great way to do it. It's a unique way to do it. I wouldn't want every show to do it. I think it's very selective of which shows should kind of be structured like this, but I think this is a good one to do it for. Because typically if someone were to tell me, oh, you're going to watch this show, but it's going to be backwards, you're going to see the end and then see every characters, I would have been a bit like, why they've done that? But with this show, it really does work. And as I said, this was just a sad, heartbreaking episode in a way to just know how it ended for him. And as I said, for him to die, and he just really wasn't happy. He wasn't really a happy person. You just could tell by the end of it. So, and obviously, understandably so, with some of the shit they were coming out with this episode. Like, oh, do homosexuals make you more scared than war? Yes. Oh, that's just so fucking dumb. And then the fact that the one thing he did that he was most not proud of, but his, as he said, the bravest moment in his life, and he regretted it. It's just sad. So yeah, I'm giving this episode a 10 out of 10. I think it was pretty much perfect. I don't have a single flaw with any scene really. I felt like every scene was perfect, with Versace's side of things, Andrew's side of things, and then of course Jeff's side of things as well. The only scene I didn't really love was Donatella trying to be like, oh, Versace, don't do this. But again, I kind of get her side, because I don't agree with her, but I get her side of things, where it's kind of like all these people depend on you. If you kind of come out as gay to the world, then a lot of countries just won't accept your kind of designs and stuff like that, and could put the company out of business, I guess. But it was his choice, and I'm glad she didn't talk him out of it as well. So, yep, 10 out of 10 for this episode. Pretty much perfect, I'd say. It's going to be very hard to top this episode. We have 4 left. If they somehow manage to top this one, then fair play. But I don't see it happening, because yeah, this was perfect. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and thought the episode down below in the comments. And of course, if you want the early cuts, like I said, the finale should be up on Patreon by the time this one's on YouTube. But either way, I'll see you next time for episode 6. Until then, peace.